Hello and welcome, new and returning tarot followers. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot, and this is your April monthly general intuitive tarot reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Now, as always, remember, not all messages will resonate with everyone, so take what does and leave the rest for somebody else. And if you stick with me through the end of this video, I will tell you about the contest I'm running this month, which is my first contest of 2024. So if you're interested in the contest and winning a free personal tarot reading, I'll tell you a bit more about that at the end of this video, all right? I like to usually just do all the messages first, get those out first, and then we can talk about the contest. Right? All right, so let's begin with talking about the key astrological aspects. Now, astrologically speaking, let's start with what's going to consume the whole month of April, more or less, which is on the first day of the month of April, and it is the first one of the year. Mercury goes retrograde, all right? So it's retrograde right until around April 24th. But of course, you feel the effects of that much longer and much, longer feeling because there is a pre-shadow period and a post-shadow period. So ultimately that you may already start feeling the effects of the Mercury retrograde as you're watching this, if you're watching this a few days before the beginning of April. And of course, past the 24th, when it starts to go direct again, you still have that post-shadow period. Now, what do you do in a Mercury retrograde, right? Because Mercury retrograde can be frustrating period of time. Devices don't work and electronics and communications go awry and stuff like that. But it's actually a really good time to practice your patience. It's also a really good time to do some inward looking and some, just some inward soul searching kind of stuff. Now, I know it's easier said than done to be patient. I'm not the best with that either. But the wisdom of the universe really here is that if you don't practice that patience, if you are going to make some significant decisions, then you don't necessarily want to be hasty, right? You want to consider all sides of a situation before you make a significant decision in this period of time. If you're not patient, you're just going to make decisions and you may pay some consequences there, all right? Now, let's talk about some other stuff. Total solar eclipse of the year happens on 8th of April. That is in the sign of Aries. So that could be a significant turning point for some people. It's a new moon, which means fresh starts sometimes or unexpected opportunities. Whatever happens, if it surprises you, it might be the impetus of a new beginning for you, okay? April 10th, what do we have? A Mars-Saturn conjunction on the 10th of April. And that energy is a bit of a struggle between the momentum of Mars and the restraint of Saturn. Okay, so that can lead to tension, that can lead to, mood swings, things like that. So just to be aware of that energy. And then on, I'm not sure if it's 20th or 21st, but it also depends where you're located in the world anyway. What happens on that date? We have a Jupiter will conjoin Uranus. And for me, I would say that is probably the best energy of the month. It really is a great energy because it's an energy of ambition. It's an energy of authority. It's an energy of opportunity. And then on the 28th of April, there is a Mars-Neptune conjunction. So that might stimulate your imagination a little bit. It could bring desires of freedom and definitely some intense emotions related there. Okay. So I just call this out. So, you might want to check out your natal charts and, just see where these, if you have your natal chart, that's great. Then you can check out where these planets are falling in which houses, and then helps you to understand the energy a little bit better, right? Okay, so let's dive into your tarot reading now. And as always, I'd like to begin by giving thanks to the angel spirits, guides in the universe for the messages they provide and for assisting me in interpreting the messages for the highest vibrational good of my Cancer seekers. So let's pull 4 cards for Cancer, please, for the month of April. Seven of Swords. Something just fell on the floor. One sec. Final card, please, for... Okay. All right, you had 2 cards come out in the second, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Wands. And then, let me get the one off the floor. Which is the Lover's card. And the final card out was the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. All right. Cancer, when the first card came out, the Seven of Swords, my first feelings were somebody's trying to put an action plan in place. That action plan, now for some people, Seven of Swords is read as a card of deceit, which, could rightfully be. This guy is stealing off into the night with all of these feathers from these birds, okay? And the birds here is freaking out a little bit, but, for some of you, there could be somebody that is deceiving you, and you are a little bit surprised about that because you never thought this person would treat you in that manner. And there has been some discomfort here in this Nine of Swords, a little bit of anxiousness, a little bit of crying over that, perhaps. This something here is a little bit shocking. Now, for some people, that is deceit, and for sometimes I read this card as you have to put an action plan in place. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with putting an action plan in place for yourself because you're looking after yourself. Okay? Now, it's going to give you that feeling of feeling a lot better, right? Looking to that higher power for finally feeling and cleansing yourself and really feeling more like you're coming out of this water here, right? This figure on this card is up to her waist in water, but there's an element of rising out of that, right? So if you're putting this plan in place for yourself and you're rising out of this whatever murky water that you've had so far, like, more power to you, because I think that there's something here about, for me, that you are finally feeling inspired to do that, right? You're either finally feeling inspired, or you've decided you're going to take some pride in what you do, and you're going to put a plan in place, and you're going to take care of yourself. And that I get really strongly from this Seven of Wands. Okay? This Seven of Wands card is about, being at the top of your game. This is about confidence. This is about being, head and shoulders above everybody else. This character here, all the wands are below here. They're down on the ground. This person is levitating, right? This person knows they can levitate because they have the knowledge, they have the skill, they have the confidence to do it. They're in that protective bubble, and they're rising above something. And the Wheel of Fortune here is helping them to do it, right? The Wheel of Fortune is the universe. It is that the wheel sometimes is up, sometimes the wheel is down. This is your destiny or your luck or whatever you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, I'm feeling like that if this is an action plan for you, okay, and we can also look at it if there's deceit, if you are feeling that someone is deceiving you, then the time is to change that, okay? The time is to change that so that you can rise above it and stop this sleepless nights. The same with if you want to read it as an action plan. You're putting in the action plan to protect yourself, to rise above it and stop these sleepless nights. Now, for some of you, that could be in regard to a relationship. There could be, for some of you, a new promising relationship that comes into play here because you have realized that there's something that's not great and you need to change it, and now that new relationship can come into play. Okay? So for some of you, I feel like there is a new promising someone. Is it an acquaintance that turns into love? Is it a strong love? We'll get into the clarifiers about that when we get into things a little bit deeper. But I do feel very strongly it's a charming person. There's somebody here who's very charming. Now, let's look this from the perspective of some people. Again, this is a general reading, so there's a lot of energy out there for multiple bodies. But for some of you, this charming person might be that deceitful energy. So it is very important that at the end of this month, the King of Swords is employed here, in the sense that the King of Swords is that rational, cool, analytical energy. It's a masculine energy of using your head. It's getting all of the facts. It is really a mature energy, if you will, a very mature energy of authority, of being in control, of, an energy of establishment, right? So I would say that, I think keeping your cool, let's put it that way, using your logic, being a little bit detached might be the order of the day for some of you. And it's not a bad thing, because if there truly is this deceit around you, you need to use the luck and get back to the top of your game. And this charming person might, not be able to take advantage of you. Now, it could also be, as I said, you've planned this all along because you know that maybe what you're in now needs to change so that you can get to somebody new, somebody who is charming, more charming than the person you're with now. But I would still say, regardless of if this is a plan or this is happening as deceit for you, you still need your head about you. Keep your head about you. Okay? And let's clarify this to get things a little bit clearer here. Let's clarify the Seven of Swords. Yeah, okay. So you have the Four of Pentacles, which is all about holding on to something. There's something here that needs to be released, or there is something that you are, I don't want to say hoarding, but this guy is very protective here, right? There's an element here of protection, strong protection. Now, is this protection of your finances? Is it protection of your energy? Because whatever this deceit might be, or the plan is that you need to get away, the strategy is that you need to get away so that somebody is not, you don't need to protect yourself as much because you feel like you need to protect something, whether that's your finances or, protecting yourself. There is certainly a person here or an energy here of the Knight of Wands. Okay? Again, along with that charmingness, okay, there is an element here of being very confident, enthusiastic, right? But I think that's all part of the charm. Okay? You need to really, this Six of Pentacles is talking about balance. You need better balance here. Something is perhaps not as balanced, which is why this card is coming out to saying that, is there some deceit going on there? Very possibly. Okay, for some of you. I mean, this energy is strong, and so there's got to be somebody out there who really needs to hear this message. But there's definitely an element here of, you need to, if you're holding on to your finances because you need to be a bit more balanced in that regard. This charming figure, it may be the source of why you need a new strategy. How do you strategize this and protect yourself? Take care of yourself. Okay. Let's continue to clarify. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune and Seven of Wands. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Wish fulfilled here. Wish fulfilled. Somebody asked for the universe to bring them some luck or help them in this regard, because that's what a wish fulfilled is, right? You put it out into the universe. You put a cosmic order. You said, universe, I need this situation to be fixed. Fix it for me. I need to get back to the top of my game. I need to feel confident again. I don't have to be worrying about being in protection mode all the time. I need to rise above, okay? Let's continue to clarify these two cards here, the Seven of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you've got the Four of Swords. This is a time of requiring, you've asked because you need a break. You need a break from whatever this is. You need a bit of time, perhaps, I want to say, take some time out and get back to nature, and maybe take some time for you, go out for some long walks, or, go out hiking or something like that. But I feel like you've asked the universe for this time for yourself to rest and recuperate and to just take in the moment, or take in the period of time where you need to just be by yourself. And there's an element here of the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is the card of Taurus, so it potentially could be a Taurus around you somewhere. But I also feel like the Hierophant is that you look to the higher source. For some of you, it is the universe, right? For some of you, it might be your religion, or your guru, or it's your, parents, or it's somebody who you respect very greatly that you look for advice from. You are dealing with that person to help you get out of this. This is what you've asked for. You've asked for, and the universe has given you the person who's going to help you get out of this, get back to being able to take care of yourself a little bit in this regard. Let's clarify Lovers. Tell me about this Lovers card, please. Yeah, I kind of feel like for some of you, when I said that it might be this person, I'm kind of feeling like this is the new person though. And the reason I'm saying that is because the death card came out. The death card is the card of change. It's the card of transformation. And you also have the Empress, which is the card of of renewal, right? It's the card of Venus, right? So it is the card of getting back to, as I said before, maybe Mother Nature. Um, she's the card of bringing whatever situation is out there back in line. Let's put it that way. She restores things back. Like it's Mother Nature, right? Mother Nature um, acts in mysterious ways sometimes, right? Let's look at the earth. When there's too much winter, the next year Mother Nature brings, spring back early. When there's too much water, she dries things out. When it's too dry, she brings the rains. She regulates it, right? Um, yeah, I just want to say there's a lot of creativity here too in that card. But I really feel like it's more of a taking care of because of this Seven of Pentacles. This Seven of Pentacles really much is you are watering this tree, right? You're watering this tree to take care of it. That's what Mother Nature is doing, right? Mother Nature is taking care of you. The universe is taking care of you, bringing you the change that you need, the transformation, perhaps with this charming person. So if there was deceit that you were living in the past, now that's over because you've asked the universe to bring you something new. The universe said, no problem. Here's the charming person. Okay. But always remembering to keep your head about you because, it's always great that the universe brings you someone, but you got to get to know them. So that requires to have your head about you. That requires having, being a little bit more logical. And it's always great because your emotions are like, oh, wow, this person's really charming and wonderful, and they're very kind and whatever. But at the end of the day, you do still need to be a little bit, head above heart kind of thing. Okay. Now, I do feel that there's the Queen of Cups. So I think that once you eventually start to use your head, you will realize perhaps that this new charming person is not a bad person, okay? Or that they might be better than you think. You do have the Two of Cups here, which is definitely about a new relationship or a new partnership with somebody. And of course, you also have the Queen of Wands, which means you start to get a little bit more active at the end of the month with this person. And I would say to you that there is some some warm genuineness in this relationship. Okay. So I do feel like you will figure this out. Okay, Cancer? Let's pull you a final message from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's see what the Oracle has to say for Cancer for the month of April. It's number 44, The Thinker. I'm going to read to you from the book. Give me 1 second. Let me find number 44. Okay. And the message reads, the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Okay, reason, strategize. Okay. It's the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct. For in this moment, there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. That's a very appropriate message to what I'm seeing here in the cards, Cancer. So I'll leave your reading there for now. But I do want to tell you, if you're interested in my contest, here is what you need to do and what the prize is. So first of all, the prize is a free personal love tarot reading. So if you have a question about your love life that's very specific, and it's, your situation, right? That's what a personal reading is. This is a generic reading, means it doesn't messages don't resonate for everybody. But if you have a question and you want it answered, and it's about your love life or some love situation for you, then you're going to want to enter my contest because you get this reading for free. Why not? Okay? So 2 things you need to do. Let me tell you right off the bat. Number 1, you need to subscribe to the channel. If you've already done that, bonus 50% of the application requirements are taken care of. Okay? Now, the second thing you need to do is to, in the comments box below this video or any one of my videos in the month of April, leave me a comment. Now, I know some people are really shy and they don't always want to leave comments or they don't know what to say. So I'm going to make it very easy on you. If you don't have anything to say or you're shy and you don't want to say anything, just say, I am interested in a love tarot reading, or I am interested in a tarot love reading. Whichever way you want to say it, doesn't really matter. Okay? And at the end of the month, I'm going to put all the names into a hat and I'm going to pull a couple of winners. There'll be more than one. Now, what I usually do at the beginning of the following month, so at the beginning of May, I'm going to, on the community tab of this channel, right? There's a community tab. I'm going to post the names of the winners there. But I also go and I respond to people's comments to let them know they are a winner. So don't forget to come back to where you left your comment or come back to the community page and then reach out to me via that comment, right, where I will respond and say, hey, you're a winner. Then you can respond back to me because it'll tell you how you can reach out to me so that you can claim your prize. Because eventually we do need to talk to each other so that I understand what your question is. Okay? All right, that's it for now. Of course, don't forget to click the like button and stay tuned for more readings to come and more contest announcements that you're not going to want to miss. Take care, my lovely ones. See you again soon. And please know, until then, I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.